Hello, people. Good day. Welcome. Thank you for spending time to listen to our new discussion for today. Enjoy for listening and hope you'll learn something. And of course, before I will start, let me introduce myself first. This is Richel Loregas, your first speaker for today. And the rest of our topic will be tackled to my two partners. So, let me begin. Our topic for today is all about Taxation, and that is taxation. And of course, it was prepared by yours truly, Richel Loregas, and my two partners, Mr. Mabanto and Mr. Lim. So much to that, before we will learn what is taxation, let's know first the history of it. Taxation has a long history that played a relatively minor role in the ancient world. Taxes and consumption were levied in Greece and Rome, and to make it short, the first record of organized taxation comes from Egypt around 3000 BC or before Christ, and is mentioned in numerous historical sources, including the Bible. And now, let's know what is taxation. Taxation is the imposition of compulsory levies on individuals or entities by governments in almost every country of the world. Taxation is used primarily to raise revenue for government expenditures, though it can serve other purposes as well. So in modern economies, taxes are the most important source of governmental revenue. Taxes differ from other sources of revenue in that they are compulsory levies and are unquitted, that they are generally not paid in exchange for some specific things such as particular public service, the sale of public property, or the issuance of public debt. Next, we have government policy. The organizational history of Income Tax Department starts in the year 1922. In 1961, Direct Tax Advisory Committee set up Direct Taxes Administrative Inquiry Committee, constituted, and Income Tax Act 1961 came into existence, which extends to whole India and became effective from 1st April 1962. Every year, a budget is presented before Parliament by Finance Minister. Most important component of budget is Finance Bill, which contains amendments which are sought to be made in the area of direct tax levied by central government. In addition to that, governments typically use fiscal policy to promote strong and sustainable growth and reduce poverty. Fiscal policy is the use of government spending and taxation to influence the economy. Next, we have the types of taxes. Direct tax versus indirect tax. Let's go first the direct tax. Direct tax are primarily taxes on natural persons or individuals, and they are typically based on the taxpayer's ability to pay as measured by income, consumption, or net wealth. In short, the taxes whose burden falls directly on taxpayers, that is, direct tax. Example is income tax, wealth tax, and property tax, and more. And lastly, we have indirect tax. Indirect taxes are the taxes in which the burden of paying tax is shifted through a change in price. Addition to that, indirect tax are levied on the production or consumption of goods and services or transactions, including imports and exports. Examples: custom duty, excise duty, sales tax, services tax, selective sales taxes, value-added taxes, taxes on any aspects of manufacturing or production, legal transactions, and customs or import duties, and other more. And that's all my part of our topic. And now, let me call on Mr. Mabanto to proceed our next topic.
Hi everyone, so next we'll talk about the income tax. So it is a tax on the income of an individual or entity levied by government. It was introduced in 1860 and discontinued in 1873 and reintroduced in 1880. So, income tax has two classifications, the personal tax and corporate tax. So, personal tax, it is divided on the income of individual, undivided family, and other association of people. So, this come from income from all resources are considered. Certain rebate, deduction, expenditures, insurance are not considered for levy tax, and it is progressive. For example, if income increases, tax rate also increases, and it is levied on the basis of slabs. So for corporate tax, it is levied on income of registered companies and corporations. So rationally for corporate tax is that joint stock company has a separate entity, so taxed separately. A corporation pays taxes on behalf of income or shareholders and dividends paid to them, and each shareholder gets a credit till 1960 to 61. Now shareholders don't get credit because entity treat as separate entity, and corporations pay on flat tax rates, and it is different from Indian companies or foreign companies. So, this is the slab for personal income tax. And next is the corporate income tax. So, from 30% deduction. So, in domestic company, the total income more than INR to 1 million is 30% surcharge education cess, and total income of less than to 10 million or 30% education cess, and for foreign company, 40% surcharge and education cess, and 40% education cess for total income less than INR to 10 million.
Let me welcome the last speaker, Mr. Robert Lim.
Custom duty and octroi. Custom duty is levied on import and export. From revenue's point of view, importance of export duty is limited. Since 1991, custom duty structure was pruned, and now maximum rate of custom duty is 10%. Octroi is a tax on goods entering into municipality or in any other jurisdiction for use, consumption, or sale. Excise duty. Excise duty is a tax charge on goods produced within the country. This is opposite to custom duty. Its another name is CENVAT or Central Value Added Tax. Anti-dumping duty. Dumping is said to occur when the goods are exported by a country to another at a price lower than its normal value. This is an unfair trade practice which can have a distortive effect on international trade. In order to rectify the situation, central government imposes it. Sales tax. This is the tax imposed on the sales of movable goods. Sales tax on interstate sale is levied by union government, and on intrastate sale by state government. Service tax. The tax on paid services you take is service tax. Over past few years, it is expanded to cover new services. Few of the major service which comes under vicinity of service tax are telephone, tour, operator, architect, advertising, health center, banking, and financial services, or etc. Value-added tax. The part of sales tax imposed by state government is called value-added tax. It covers more than 220 items. VAT rates vary based on nature of item and state. Advantages of taxes. It helps to the government in its revenue, which is used to facilitate people of a country. It helps to control inflation. It restricts government to take loan from World Bank. It utilizes public money in social welfare. Disadvantages of taxes. It restricts common people to get extra happiness at same extent. If government misuse tax, we don't have any control on it.
That's the end of our discussion. We hope that you learned something, and thank you for watching.